Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and welcome to my first ever trailer theory. And I'm really excited. It's the Justice League trailer that I get to do this on for the first time. Basically, with this trailer theory, the goal is going to be, through the trailer, I'm going to theorize what I think is going to happen in the movie. So I don't think there's any spoilers here, because clearly all I'm going off of is this one trailer that doesn't show any spoilers. I'm just taking what I know of Superman lore, what I've seen in this trailer, and kind of how I think they might structure this movie. First, let me just say, I thought this trailer was flippin' awesome. Like, just awesome. I mean, seriously, the Flash stepping in and out of the Speed Force when Batman threw that Batarang, and then in slow motion, you know, the little lightning bolt striking things and sparks flying, that was just, oh my goodness. It's awesome. Okay, so let's get into the trailer league for... Let's get into the trailer theory for Justice League. Here we go. Here's how I think Justice League is going to play out, the Durbanian theory. I think that we're going to open with on radar somewhere. We're going to see something is entering Earth's atmosphere or in a lunar orbit, kind of like Zod, but nothing's going to show itself here at first. And we're going to get this big reveal that in the Batman v Superman ending, where we see those little specks of dust start to rise off Superman's coffin. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert for Batman v Superman. So as we see the dust begin to rise off Superman's coffin, I'm gonna suggest that maybe that's not Superman coming back from the dead, but maybe that is Steppenwolf, which I think is what everybody seems to theorize is the alien in the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition that Lex Luthor was having communion with, because that's what the scene was called. That was weird. Anyway, in that one shot in Batman v Superman, I think he's beaming the body of Superman up. Now, here's the thing about Superman and all the Death of Superman lore. I don't think this is a spoiler because it has been established like this since 1995. Superman isn't actually dead. He's in some kind of Kryptonian coma because just all of his energy was expended. And really, he just kind of needed to be laid out in the sun and he would have been okay. So I think Steppenwolf is going to know this and he's going to laugh, ha ha ha, foolish humans and their stupidity. It's going to be a lot more articulate than that, obviously, in the theater. But anyway, while this is going on, we have Batman going through a recruiting montage. Now, I don't think it's going to be like a montage, but I think Act 1 of this movie is really going to be Batman going to these different places to recruit these different people, such as where you see him recruiting Aquaman, because of course, when he goes to a cold climate to go find somebody, he's got to grow a beard, because Batbeard. Now, as we see in this trailer, Aquaman refuses help. He refuses to help. He refuses to join the Justice League and join this fight. Why, do you ask? I think maybe it's because he's the Atlantean king. Maybe he thinks his allegiance needs to be to the Atlanteans. But I think at different points throughout this movie, he's half human, he's half Atlantean. And I think that half human side, maybe combined with his wife, you know, trying to, you know, be his moral conscience and guide there, it's going to start to eat away at him. But enough of that for right now. At the beginning, he says, no, I'm not going to help. So Batman continues on his recruiting process, as we see the Flash, who really needs friends, which makes me sad. No Cisco, no Caitlin. Oh man, really? Those are such good friends to the Flash. Anyway, we see that he is super eager and super anxious to join this Justice League, probably just to get friends. Either way, this is the Spider-Man of our Justice League. I mean, seriously. Only he's gonna have a much bigger part. And really, I'm super excited to see it. Like, Flash has become one of my favorite characters because of the show, and it looks like Ezra Miller's going to do a fantastic job, and so this looks awesome. So, of course, the Flash joins. He's going to find Cyborg, and, of course, Cyborg, all brooding and looking for meaning in his life now that he's half human, half cyborg, he will join to have and find meaning. Now, let's go back to Steppenwolf. Here's what I think is going on here. There was a Death of Superman storyline that I read in this novelization of the Death of Superman, where right after Superman died, these 4 false Supermans arose. I don't think they're going to do the 4 false Supermen. But what I think they're going to do is what they did in the Superman Doomsday animated movie, where you had the cyborg Superman clone, which was created by Lex Luthor, and basically cloned a lot of Superman's genes, put it on top of a cyborg skeleton, and that way Lex Luthor had control over Superman. I think something like that is going to go on. Steppenwolf has taken Superman's body because he needs the genetic material to clone the actual power and strength of Superman, and to put it on top of this computerized cyborg body, probably made from very similar material as Cyborg. Oh, so there could be some interesting stuff there. Oh man, this is getting really good. So now you have a cyborg Superman who is completely under Steppenwolf's control, but then here's the real problem. Superman gets his power from the sun. I think the cyborg Superman won't be able to get his power from the sun, because in the Superman Doomsday Death of Superman novelization that I read, the Eradicator wanted to be as Superman, but he couldn't get his power from the sun. So he had to capture Superman's body, hide it in Superman's Fortress of Solitude, and he had to absorb the power of the sun from Superman's body. So Superman became his battery. So he would let Superman's body charge up just enough, then he would take that charge. Thus, anytime Superman was just about to wake up and start to do whatever, he just out again. It was fascinating. I think something like that's going to happen. Maybe Steppenwolf working with Darkseid, and I don't think we'll see him in this movie, but we'll know he's working with Darkseid. They need this cyborg Superman. But it turns out, in order for the cyborg Superman to have power, they need Superman! No! So they have to keep Superman alive, so cyborg Superman can siphon the solar energy from Superman, which this is gonna be a major risk. And of course, simply because he's Batman, he's gonna figure this out. Batman's gonna know what's going on, and just like in the animated Justice League War movie, he's going to allow himself to be captured so he can get on the planet Apocalypse, or get on whatever starship that, Steppenwolf is gonna be commanding. And once on board, he's gonna do Batman things, and he's gonna save the real Superman. And once he gets the real Superman back to Earth, here's gonna be the real problem. It's gonna be a slow and steady process for Superman to absorb the solar energy to become his full Superman self again. And so we just covered Act 1, that's Act 2, so now we're getting into Act 3, the finale of this movie. They now have the real Clark Joseph Kent, and there's an amazing, reunion between him and Lois Lane. But he is not up to full power. He's weak, he limps, he's, Batman has to carry him, I don't know. Point is, he's not quite there yet. So they designed that black Superman suit with the silver S because it's going to absorb solar radiation, and so that way it can help him gain the strength faster, but it's just not fast enough. But now, alien war is breaking out, and they just have to fight, and we know Superman, it doesn't matter if he's not up to full strength, he's like, I have to fight, so Superman's gonna go fight. So we got the Flash, we got Cyborg, we got Batman, we got Superman, and they are all gonna fight this war together, but it's not gonna be enough because Superman can't take on Cyborg Superman because he doesn't have his full strength and powers. And then all of a sudden, a tidal wave is gonna come, and it's gonna wash away a chunk of the alien army. For Aquaman and the human side of him and his conscience got the better of him, and he, with the Atlantean army from the deep, rise up to fight them. I'm spitting everywhere. They rise up and they fight this alien threat, and boom, victory is theirs. And of course, somehow, somewhere in the middle of this, Superman will get his full strength back, kick the living snot out of Steppenwolf and Cyborg Superman, and boom, Justice League. So what do you think? Do you think that's how this is going to happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. But if that's not how they're going to do this movie, I think they should. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay on top of all kinds of new videos coming out here soon. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.